For a full 1000 years, in regions stretching from Odisha to Maharashtra and especially in the Telugu-speaking lands, Islamic invaders, as well as Christian colonial forces from countries like France, Britain, and the Netherlands, plundered Bharatiya Hindus, temples, and treasures such as gold and diamonds. Just like in present-day Tamil Nadu, all of Bharat once had magnificent stone temples, but times changed. As temples were repeatedly destroyed, the kings and common people of those times began rebuilding them with bricks and mud. Even after multiple destructions, they rebuilt temples and continued worshipping. When building or worshipping temples in the proper Shastra-based manner was no longer possible, the people of North India worshipped with love and devotion, prema bhakti. They rebuilt the broken temples themselves and worshipped damaged idols too, continuing to live as Hindus. These are the temples we see in North India today. The reason Kashi Vishwanath is open to anyone for worship is a direct consequence of foreign invasions. Since Tamil Nadu didn't face a 1000-year-long devastation, we still see ancient temples over 1000 years old here, with rituals followed as per Shastra. These temples reflect the skill and devotion of ancient Bharatiya people. Tamil Nadu was under Islamic control for only about 80 years. Who protected it? Every Tamilian should ask and know the answer to. Who made it possible for us to still wear our white dhotis and apply sacred ash and kumkum on our foreheads? Only awareness can show us who is truly our friend and who is just waiting for the right moment to destroy us. Let us look at just 4 years from an 80-year occupation. If just 80 years brought so much devastation, imagine the cruelty our Hindu brothers from Sindh to Andhra would have faced in 1000 years. Imagine how many of our temples and treasures were looted. Many Muslims and Christians living in today's India are descendants of people who were forced to convert by sword, kidnapping, or rape. It is betrayal to their ancestors to consider the very invaders who destroyed their heritage, homes, and women as their guides or spiritual leaders. Unless they realize this truth, Hindus must remain cautious. About 700 years ago, in 1311 AD, Alauddin Khilji's general Malik Kafur entered the Madurai Meenakshi temple with 1 lakh Muslim soldiers, with boots on. In fear of the impending attack, the temple priests built a protective wall in front of the sanctum where the Sundareshwara idol stands and placed another Shivalinga outside. This fanatical army came in with boots and knocked down the outer Shivalinga. That broken linga still tells the story of 1311 AD. If you visit the Meenakshi temple today, you can still see the damaged Shivalinga, witnessed by Hindus today. By 1311, the Meenakshi temple was shut, and Madurai was brought to a state where Hindus couldn't even lift their heads. In 1340, under orders from Muhammad bin Tughlaq, who ruled Delhi, a man named Muhammad Ghiyasuddin, who worked under Jalaluddin Hasan, the then governor of Madurai, killed Jalaluddin, his son, and son-in-law, and proclaimed himself the Sultan of Madurai. From 1340 onwards, Muhammad Ghiyasuddin brutally murdered Hindus throughout the Pandya kingdom, spanning Madurai to Trichy. Between 1311 and 1371, Tamils faced unspeakable destruction. That was the time the Pandya and Chola dynasties vanished, the era of true Hindu Tamils. If 80 years of Islamic occupation could bring such horrors, how much worse would it have been across Bharat during 1000 years of Islamic invasions, from Iran to Telugu and Kannada regions? This explains why temples in Tamil Nadu survived while others didn't. If they could do this much damage in 80 years in Tamil Nadu, then it's clear they tried to flatten this land of temples and make Bharat into an Islamic nation during their 1000-year rule. It is painful to know that during those 1000 years of occupation, once Hindu lands like Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Bangladesh were all turned into Islamic countries. Who protected places like Kumbakonam and ensured Tamil Nadu didn't fall further in those 70 years of invasion? Who saved the Tamil identity? What did Muhammad Ghiyasuddin do as Sultan of Madurai from 1340 to 1343? The Moroccan traveller Ibn Battuta, who stayed in Madurai during his rule, records the state of Hindus in Madurai at the time. Trees were cut down, and in those clearings, arrested Hindus were brought in through 4 gates and beheaded in lines. Their wives were also killed, their hair tied to their husbands' corpses and dumped on the ground. Even infants were cut and thrown. In another place, the same massacre occurred. Hindus were brought in groups and beheaded. Ibn Battuta says he was ashamed to witness such barbarity. These Hindus had committed no crime to deserve such punishment. Perhaps that's why God took away the Sultan's life. In another incident, Ibn Battuta recounts, one day, while dining with Muhammad Ghiyasuddin, a Hindu man, his wife, and a 7-year-old boy were dragged in. The Sultan signaled to behead the man and told the guards in Arabic to include the wife and son as well. The man was beheaded immediately. Ibn Battuta closed his eyes to avoid the sight. When he opened them again, all 3 heads lay in a pool of blood. In another instance, Ibn Battuta says, at another time, when I was with the Sultan of Madurai, Muhammad Ghiyasuddin, a Hindu was dragged in. He spoke something in his language. I didn't understand it. Immediately, the Sultan's guards pointed their spears at the Hindu to kill him. Sensing that something terrible was about to happen, I rose and went out. The Sultan of Madurai asked me, "Where are you going, Ibn Battuta?" I replied, "It is time for prayer. I will go and return." Understanding my reason, he smiled and then ordered that the Hindu's hands and legs be cut off. When I returned, the Hindu's body was lying in a pool of blood. In another place, he says, when I reached Madurai, the city was full of corpses that had been thrown around, spreading disease everywhere. Hindus affected by this died within 2 or 3 days at most. When I left Madurai, almost all the Hindus were either ill or already dead. Thus, during the 80 years of the Madurai Sultanate's rule, our forefathers suffered unimaginable pain. It was the Vijayanagara king, Kampana, the son of Bukka Raya from Karnataka, who saved the Tamil land. A Tamilian was saved by a mighty Hindu emperor who came from Karnataka. In 1371, Kampana drove away the Madurai Sultan, established the Vijayanagara Empire there, reopened closed temples, and paved the way for Hindus to live freely. That same year, the long shut Sri Ranganatha temple was reopened, and the Hindus were able to lift their heads once more. To prevent any further entry of Islamists, in 1378, the Vijayanagara Empire took complete control of Madurai under Emperor Harihara II and ensured the protection of Hindus. During the 1000-year-long invasions of Tamil Nadu, it was largely the protection of the Vijayanagara rule that safeguarded it. It is painful to note that those who were converted to Islam at the tip of the sword and through assaults during this 60-year period still remain Muslims today. Kampana's wife speaks. Kampana's victory is recorded in the text Madurai Vijayam, written by his wife Ganga Devi. She says, thinking of the hardships faced by the land of Madurai, the heart is filled with unbearable sorrow. The once thriving coconut trees were all cut down. In their place stood iron spikes, on which the heads of Hindus were impaled. She further says, gone are the days when the streets of Madurai echoed with the joyful laughter and bangles of married women. Now, the cries and blood of Vedic Brahmins being dragged by their hair and smashed against iron walls fill the streets. She continues, the women who used to apply sandal and turmeric and bathe in the Thamira river, leaving its waters fragrant, now see it turned red with the blood of slaughtered cows, killed and consumed by these people. She says again, O valiant and brave king, without any further delay, rise and destroy these evil ones completely, and protect the people of our land, who are now suffering as though all the sorrows of the 3 worlds have descended upon them. As a symbol of victory, build 100 pillars on the Ram Setu. With this cry of victory, the Vijayanagara emperor, born in Telugu land and ruling from Hampi in Karnataka, made it possible for Hindus to live in Tamil Nadu again. It was a warrior Hindu from Karnataka who enabled the people of Madurai and the entire Pandya country to remain Hindus even today. Let us never forget this gratitude.